you experience the goodness of God. So last month was a month of grace, and grace will take us through the months ahead of us. I don't know who is that person that is afraid of what is going to happen. Fear not, nothing will happen to you.
Amen.
Unless you don't serve Jehovah. But if God is God, nothing. Look at someone, tell the person nothing. Nothing will happen to you. Because if God is on your side, nobody can be against you. Hallelujah. But if you don't know who you are, that is when you begin to fidget and you wonder. But if you know the kind of God you serve, you will not be moved. Now quickly, I want to talk about something that we've heard over and over. Second Kings. And before I go, I also want to thank God for everybody. I mean, we are thanking God. This is our Thanksgiving Sunday. I want to thank God for all those who have been supporting us in this ministry. I mean, if it had not been the grace of God, we wouldn't have been where we are now. And I want to thank God for all the leaders, Mummy Esther, Mummy Angela, the choir. See, they come here around 2 o'clock till we leave here. It's not easy. They are students. I tried to, their intention came early to see how they feel. And it's not easy. You leave your house around 12 o'clock and we close around 6:30. By the time we leave, almost 8. So we spend the whole day student in the church. But one thing I know, that nobody spends time for God and it's wasted. Whatever seed, I'm going to show you, whatever seed you sow in the kingdom of God, trust me, it will speak for you.
Amen.
Even at an hour that you don't expect, God will remember. Even if you do work for human being, He will remember you. Abi? So whatever you do for God, God will remember you. Amen. So I want to thank God for the life of those in the choir. Your time will not be in vain. Those in the ushering team, the drummers, and everybody who have been supporting this ministry all this while. So God richly bless you. Amen. And I believe that in the next 6 months ahead of us, my God, God is going to do something.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
I said God is going to do something.
Amen.
So you better keep into it and then let's trust God for what He is about to do. Now, 2 Kings. Chapter 4. 2 Kings chapter 4. We'll start from verse 18. And when the child was grown, I will continue. See, the theme for this month of June, let me tell you so that you write it down, and then we'll deal with it later. The Bible said that on the 6th month, the angel Gabriel visited Mary and said, "Hail Mary, full of grace, for God is with you. You are blessed among all women." I mean, Mary had never heard that before. The Bible said it happened on the 6th month. Mary received a divine visitation. Amen. In this month is a month of divine visitation. Amen. And you see, I was praying with the leaders this afternoon before we came here. Not just a title, but you receive a divine visitation. Amen. Personal. You see, imagine Obama coming to visit you. But this, I'm not talking about Obama. I'm talking about somebody who is far greater and super than Obama. Yeah. The King of Glory. Yeah. If He chooses to visit you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. If God says, "I'm coming to visit you," and you remain the same, Abba, then we need to pour some gallon of oil on you. But I believe that this month, whatever area, academically, financially, expect a divine visitation. Amen. So I'll give you the scripture, then you pray about it. The next 2 weeks we will speak concerning that. And I know that by the end of this month, you receive a divine visitation. Then you come and share with us your testimony. God visited you. Amen. How was the conversation? Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. So 2 Kings 4:18-37. And when the child was grown, it fell on the day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, my head. And he said to the lad, carry him to his mother. And then verse 20. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon and then died. The boy was brought to the mother. He sat on the mother's knees, and Bible says that the boy died whilst he was sitting on the mother's knees. It's an interesting story. Now 21. And she went up, that is the mother, and laid him on the bed of the man of God, and shut the door upon him and went out. 22. And she called unto her husband and said, Send me, I pray, one of the young men and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of God and come again. And he said, Where wilt thou go to this man of God this day? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, this is which version? Amplified. And she said, It will be all right. Now when I read the King James, and she said, It shall be well. And the old King James says that it is well. Now I love that one. It is well. I will explain this scripture to you because you have to understand it. This boy that died was the boy of this Shunammite woman. Now when you read from verse 1, you understand it better. And the woman had no son, he had no baby, Babshe. And then she did good to the man of God. And the man of God, Elijah, prayed, and the woman had a baby. And that was this boy, this son. Now, the Bible said this boy fell ill, and the boy died. But this boy was a boy given to the woman by God. The woman was not having a baby, but because of her kindness, God through the prophet did good to the woman. Now, this boy that God gave to the woman is dead. Her only hope is gone. And Bible said that he called the husband, that give me an ass. Oh God. Give me something to sit on. I want to go and see the man of God. But in those days, you don't see the man of God anyhow. It's not like this time that sometimes you are there moving, they come and say, Pastor, I have something to discuss with you. In those days, you don't meet men of God like that. You book an appointment, they said, at the beginning of the Monday, you go and see the man of God. So she said, I have to go and see the man. The husband said, it is not the new moon. This is not the time. Is everything okay? Now imagine your husband asking you that, what is wrong? And the boy was dead. So for you to let your husband feel the way you feel, you will even describe how the boy died. He had headache, he was shivering, and he died. Just for the husband when the boy is dead. But this woman said something different. She said, it is well. The husband didn't know what has happened. But he said, yeah, I want to go and see the man of God. And is it well? Is everything okay? He said, it is well. Now imagine you have been served from school. And your mother says, hey, God forbid, you will not be served from school. and you must say, hey, what is wrong? He said, Mom, it is well. And later your mom finds out that it's not well like that. They will slap you. But I just want to draw your mind to something very important tonight. The woman said, it is well, though my son is dead, but it is well. Now she did not end there. Let's continue. Verse 22. And she called unto her husband, send me. That's 23. And he said, where would thou go to him today? It is neither the new moon. And she said, it shall be well. That is the NIV. And this one says that, other person said, it's all right. I love that song. I have a feeling everything gonna be all right. First chance. Oh, I have a feeling everything's gonna be all right. Be all right. Be all right. Be all right. I have a feeling everything's gonna be all right. Oh, I have a feeling everything. story of a dead person. The woman said, hey, Hosea, don't worry, it's well. Instead of announcing what has happened, sometimes some of us, you tell some of people to pity us. But I've told you, and I will still repeat, you are envied by angels, you cannot be pitied by men. Now, so if it had been me or us, you said, hey, you start crying. But you said, hey, it is well. It is all right. But her son was dead. Imagine you go to someone, you get even 3, and you start cursing God. How sad. He said, my son is dead, but it's well. Now let's continue. Let's see what happened. I love this woman. Verse 24. Then she saddled an ass and said to her servant, drive, go forward, slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee. Now 25. So she went and came unto the man of God at Mount Carmel. Now when the man of God saw her afar, he said to Gehazi, that was the servant, behold, the woman, the Shunammite woman is coming. Let's move on. So run to meet her and say, now look at this thing. Oh boy. Is that run to meet her and say, is it well with you, woman? Is it well with your husband? Now look at it. Is it well with your child? And she answered, it is well. Oh boy. Is it well with it? This time, even if maybe she didn't know we were talking about their child, this time the servant said, is it well with your child? Sometimes when we say this thing, we think that the woman might be mad. But see, faith sometimes behaves like somebody who is crazy. Yeah. When you want to operate in faith, sometimes it might not make sense to people around you. They might think that something is removed. Now, hey, nothing has been removed, something has been put inside rather. Yes. Because say, is your child okay? Say, yes, it is well. But see, the boy was dead. See, what you confess is what you possess. Amen. What you confess, your confession is your possession. Amen. So the woman, no, my son is dead, but it is well. Though everything is not so good, but it is well. Though everybody has forsaken me, but it is well. See, I'll explain why when you say when it is well, what will happen. Now I'll come there later. And she said, it is well, Gehazi. Now, if you're a man of God and you are talking to somebody and say, it is well, you just say, okay, then God bless you. Now, go to the next verse. Now, then, when she came to the mountain, to the man of God, see, you have to know the right person to talk to. But when he got to the man of God, she clung to his feet and said, Gehazi, come to thrust her away. But the man of God said, let her alone, for her soul is bitter and vexed within her, and that the Lord has hidden it from me. Now, it is only when she went to the man of God that she spoke to the man of God what she was feeling. But throughout the time, she maintained the confession. It is well. It is well. When you read the story, because of time, it was indeed well with her. The prophet went with her to the room, and the prophet prayed for the son, and the son got back again. Her confession, it is well. Though the boy was dead, but I said, it is well. Though the boy is gone, but it is well. And he maintained it even when the servant of the prophet came. He did not change his confession. It is well. Some of us, oh, it is well. When you go and the teacher give it back to you, today they didn't go well. How well can you maintain your confession in the midst of the storms, in the midst of the challenges? Say, it is well. And see, when you begin to confess and confess, God, you see, oh God, there's a Spirit of God in us. Do you know that? When you speak a word, the Spirit of God picks the word and then bring it into fruition. That is why in Genesis, the Bible says that the earth was void and dark. And what happened? The Holy Spirit moved across and God spoke. So after the Spirit of God had moved, then God said, let there be light. And there was what? Light. So anytime you also speak, the Spirit of God in us picks the word of God and bring it into fruition. That's why you have to maintain your confession. Things might be rough, but speak positive. Things might not go the way you expect it to be. But stop saying that, oh, I am dead, this thing there is gone. It is not gone. But be careful what you say with your mouth. Because whatsoever you say, that is what you get. Mark 11:21. So whatsoever you shall say, that is what you will have. No wonder it's in Proverbs, it says that the righteous shall declare a thing, and it shall what? It shall come to pass. It's what you declare that will come to pass. So if every time you are speaking failure, then be careful. And somebody will tell that say, but I'm telling the truth now. Which one is the truth? Is it what you are feeling or what the word of God says? Whose report shall you believe? Is it Pastor, the righteous shall live by faith and not by what? By sight. But this time we change it. Said, I have to tell the truth. Nobody said you should lie. But the truth is the word of God. It's what God has said about that situation you are going through. And that is what will stand. But when you pick it and you confess it, it will manifest in your life. Say, though my son is dead, but it is well. I felt a feeling this man that it shall be well. Amen. It is well. Amen. Regardless of what comes our way in the month of June, it is well. Amen. Regardless of what you are going through now, it is well. Amen. Regardless of the news that you are hearing, it is well. Amen. Because it is not what we hear that will dictate what will happen. It is the word of God that will dictate what will happen. Amen. Because God is bounded by his word. He is not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man that he should repent. Has he said it, and will he not do it? Now, what do I mean when I say it is well? Let's go into the word again. If I say it is well, why should I say it is well when all things are not well? Why should I say it is well when I know I have headache? Why should I say it is well? No, I've been writing every presidential every semester. Why should I say it is well when everything is not going well? I turn left, there's a problem, right? But this pastor said that I should say it as well. You see, it is well because God is faithful. Now, 1 Thessalonians. Let me start from that side and I'll end it well. 1 Thessalonians 5:24. 1 Thessalonians 5:24. I'm not going according to what I gave to you, so follow me. 1 Thessalonians 5:24. It said, faithful is he who has called us. Hey, is this amplified version? Let's give me the shorter one, amplified version. Let's give me the King James. So it said, faithful is, said to read my own. It said, faithful is he who has called us, and he will what? He will do it. So God is so faithful. And the faithful is he who has called me, and he will do it. So if I say it is well, I am reminding God of his faithfulness. Though the situation is rough, but I'm speaking the end of the situation, not what is happening now. I am speaking what I want to see. But so whatsoever you shall say, that you have it. So I am speaking what I want to see. So the thing is rough, but I'm reminding God of his faithfulness. Say, faithful is he that called you. Who called you? It's not your mother. Who called you? It's not me. It's God that called you from darkness into light. And so he that called you, he is faithful, and he will do what? He will do it. So if that my boy is dead, and I say that it is well, all that I'm reminding God, God, you are faithful, and you say you will do it. Yeah. And see, if you want to know the faithfulness of God, think about where you were and how far he has brought you. And if he's faithful indeed to take you from that place where you were to this place, then he's so faithful to bring you to the expected end. Yeah. See, God is too faithful to disappoint. He cannot go against his word. And so if I say it is well, because I believe in the faithfulness of God. God is faithful, while sometimes we are faithless. But our faithlessness doesn't change the faithfulness of God. So it is well because God is faithful. And he will do what he says he will do. It is well in my academics because though it might not be going well, but God is faithful, he will do what he said he will do. It might not be going well in the family, but it is well because I'm reminding God of his what? Faithfulness. And he is faithful. You see, you remember Hannah? Hannah needed a son. The Bible says that Penina, the rival, was laughing. I don't know whether you have been in a situation where people laugh at you. People just look at you, they think that you don't qualify, you don't deserve. And they look down upon, they despise you, and they laugh at you. I like it. Why? Because the more you despise me, the more it provokes something within me to bring something that God has deposited in me. So that you, the same person who laughed at me, you will come to me because I have something that you need. So, it is knowing that God has put something in you. And if he has put it, he will take care of that which he has put in you. Now, Hannah's rival was laughing at her, but Hannah was still praying. But Hannah knew the faithfulness of his God. And the faithfulness of God was shown in the life of Hannah. And the only son he gave, we never heard of the names of Peninnah's son. That's what you have to be very careful. The fact that some people are making and you are not making does not mean God is not faithful. Just wait for your time. Do you know that the elephant takes 22 months to gestation period? You know gestation, the time of a pregnancy, right? It's 22 weeks for elephant. And it's 20 days for rat. So if I'm an elephant and I see rat giving birth, monogai, I wonder what is happening to me. But when I give birth as an elephant to one elephant, it cannot be compared to the many children of a rat. Know who you are. Don't compare yourself to a rat when you are an elephant. Because if God is faithful, whatsoever he has said about it, he will do it. That is why it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I know it as well. Because he will always honor his word. He is not a man that he should lie. He will always. Now I will show you a scripture. I've used it before so many years ago here. But God is always faithful. Know who you are. You don't need to fidget and be worried because some people are making it. Wait for your time. Your time will come. When your time comes, you also showcase whatever God has deposited in you. So don't be in a hurry. Don't try to panic because somebody is showing. It's a matter of time. So it is well because God is always faithful. And his faithfulness can be seen. See, sometimes there's a scripture, Deuteronomy. Let me show you this scripture quickly. Deuteronomy chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 8. Only verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee for 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee and to prove thee and to know what was in your heart, whether thou will keep his commandments or not. But what Moses was saying that remember what God has done for you. If you don't know God's faithfulness, think about his goodness upon your life. Had it not been God on your side, where would you have been? See, I told you last week, there are a lot of intelligent people in Namibia who could have also gotten scholarship to come. And it's not because you speak some slangs, right? And it's just by the grace of God. And it's not just, if God was faithful to bring you to this level, then he's so faithful enough to take you to the expected end. That's why I said, if you don't know the faith, just think about where you were and how far he has brought you. And know that he will take you to the finishing end. And it's well because God is faithful. Yes. Now, when I was in the secondary school, I was very small. And I had one friend, he was thick tall. Everywhere I go, you see the guy. I was not born again then. And I would do all the bad things, knowing that the guy was on my side. When you come and you see the guy, you go back. He was strong, thick tall. But I was small. But I had the guy behind. Because of the guy, I was confident. Now, I am confident that it is well because God behind me is bigger than any problem. Yes. I know it is well because it doesn't matter what I'm going through. There's always a way out. God always has a plan. See, God is never short of plans. What issue are you going through that God has no way out? Tell me. See, I don't care what you are going through. You might think that you are going through the worst, but people are going through some horrible things. But whether horrible or worse, there's always a way out. But he said he lifted a man from the ash heap and the dunghill and set him among kings and princes, and he causes him to inherit the throne of glory. That is God for you. Yes. So he brings the person from the ash heap and the dunghill, no ash heap, and the dunghill, rejected place, and he pulled the person out and set him among kings and princes. Yeah. He is so faithful to disappoint. Now, number two, why I say it is well, is because all things work together for my good. See, oh Jesus.
Thank you.
All things work together for our good. Romans 8. Yeah. All things. Now I will show you something. See, when you understand this thing, some things will not move you. But I said, those who know their God, they shall be strong and do exploits. You have to know the God that you serve. You have to believe and know who the God you serve. You see, when you know God and you believe in God, some things will happen. People around you will not understand, but you are not moved. Because they are not serving God for you, you are serving God yourself. That's why it means when you want to live to please men. But no matter what you do, men will never be pleased. I always say, if you didn't take care, you die before your time if you want to please men. But God forbid. All things, Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Do you have people who love God here? Yes. And it said all things, marking not some things, all things, which means that God can even turn my failure into success. God can turn my sickness into a testimony. All things, God can turn it. I believe that when Joseph was in the pit, he would have thought, oh God, why have you disappointed me? I had a dream. I saw a colorful thing. I saw clothes of many colors. God, that was the dream. I didn't see a pit. But before you can get to that place, you need to go to the pit. He said, God, I saw a colorful destiny, not a pit. But all things working together. The brothers told you put him in a pit. But God was working out something. The people came and they bought him. He went to Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife gave him problem. They took him to prison. See, the ways of God are not our ways. Amen. And you cannot get if you want to get the full understanding, but his ways are not our ways. You cannot understand it, but he's working out something. He said, all things working together. Even that he's working out something. This thing is going wayward. People think that, oh, this one is finished. But God is, if the devil knew that crucifying Jesus would bring us salvation, he wouldn't have done it. Yeah. Because though he thought that, oh, Jesus is dying, but God was working it for our salvation. Whatever you are going through may work out good for you. Amen. Said all things. That is why I say it is well. Because though things are not well, God will work it out. Yes. Said all things will work out. So Joseph in the pit, God was working it out. He went to Potiphar's wife. That lady was so beautiful. She came with her own problem. She ended up in prison. She interpreted somebody's dream. The person forgot him. But God was still at work. See, sometimes God's work in our life shall be 1 year. Some of it will be 5 years. Some of it will be 10 years. But the end of it will work out for your good. Amen. So if somebody sees it's 1 year, don't worry. Be happy. Because your time will come. That is why I look at it and I say, it is well. Because I know that God is working on my case. I know that though I might not be like he is or she is, but he's working on me. And when he's done with me, when he's through with me, then that saw me as nobody will see me and they will honor me. Amen. It is well because all things are working out for my good. All things. Even the shame is working out for my good. Even the pain is working out for my good. Everything is working out for our good. Whatever you go through, that's why it is very important that you remain faithful to God. Walk in purity and holiness. As long as you remain committed to God, things will work out. It might be worse today, but God, see, God can use the foolish things that we think is foolish and make something good out of it. If God can use, I told you last week, God can use an armed robber to be a bishop, then God can turn anything for his glory. Whatsoever is waste, it is a material for God to use to bring his glory. It is well because all things are working out for my good. Number 3, it is well. This is the part I love. It is well because I'm a child of promise. Oh, it is well because I'm a child of promise. You've seen those who are born in the royal family, like in the royal family, for example in England. There are a lot of children born in the world. But when that George was born, it was on television. But when we were born, nobody even knew that we were born. Why? Because of where he's coming from. He's a child of promise. Before he was born, he was already in line to be a king or a prince. So they start decorating him as somebody who is even a king. But my promise is bigger than that of George. Sometimes believers, we don't know what we carry. Sometimes we don't even know the promise that God has for us. That's why we end up complaining, murmuring, and doing all those stuff. But if you know the promise you carry, you are confident and know it is well. I'll show you a scripture, Hebrews. I've shown this scripture here before. Hebrews chapter 6. I'm a child of promise, and God has sworn on my behalf. If you understand this thing today, I think I can end this scripture. If you get this one, then you leave here knowing that it is well. Hebrews chapter 6. Let's start from verse 9. But beloved, okay, this one is another sweet one. But beloved, we are persuaded that better things of you, things that accompany salvation. You know salvation. How many of us have been saved here? If you have not been saved, we'll do what I call right now. Oh, it's good. Because I told you the first aim is to go to heaven. But on earth, we have to be fruitful too on earth. He said, better things accompany what? Salvation. So if I'm saved, Bible says what? But not good things. Better things. And sometimes you get to some scripture, like I told last week, I will sleep and then meditate upon it. Said, though we speak like this, but better, we are convinced that better things in your case, in my case, accompany salvation. So when I know that better things accompany salvation, if I'm not seeing better things, I know that they are not the real things for me. If they are so that the things that we are suffering is just a moment. It cannot be compared to the greater glory that awaits us. I know better, but that's not what I'm going. You continue. For God is not unrighteous. Follow me well. There are some two things I want to get here. That for God is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love, which you have shown towards His name. In that you have ministered to the saints and still do minister. So far we have been doing a lot of things for God. We've been praying, we've been singing, and sometimes you ask God, why that things are not working for my good? I'm doing everything. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not doing anything. See, I told that it's just grace of God. It's not about what you do, it's just the grace of God. But He said that, and that He will not, why are you doing this to me? For God is not unrighteous to forget your labor, everything that you have done in the kingdom. He's not unrighteous. God will never forget it. I will come to another scripture. Let's move on so that I can finish what I want to say. And we desire that each one of you will show the same diligence. So whatever you are doing, keep on doing it. Continue. I want to get to that ye may not be slothful, but be followers of them who through faith and patience inherited. So through faith and patience, you inherit the promise. Continue. For when, now this is the thing. Now, when God made a promise to Abraham, you know that God promised Abraham, right? And so when God made promise to Abraham, because he could not swear by no one greater, he swore by himself. Now this is very important. Bible said when God promised Abraham, God promised by himself. You know, sometimes people argue, said, I swear by the sun, I swear by. Normally, you swear by something that is greater than you. That's why if someone says, I swear by my boot. And it's not good. You don't swear by your boot, this boot that used to walk. So normally you swear by something. But so when God gave the promise to Abraham, he wanted Abraham to know that I mean what I said. And God looked around, he wanted to, there was nobody greater than God for him to swear. So I said, God swore by himself. He said, Abraham, I swore by myself, I will bless you. Let's take it cool. Said, but when God made a promise to Abraham, because he could not swear by nobody greater, God could not find anybody greater. So he swore by, he said, Abraham, I swear by myself, I will bless you. Now it did not end there, continue. Saying, so when God swore, he said, saying, surely Abraham, blessing I will bless you, and in multiplication I will multiply you. Remember Pastor Andre? So surely I will bless you, and in multiplication I will multiply you. I swore by myself, Abraham, I swore by myself that I will bless you. Continue. And so, after he had patiently endured, he obtained what? The promise. So God swore, he promised Abraham, and he swore by himself. And then, what he said, Abraham what? Received. Abraham was a son of promise, so he received what he had. Now, do you remember Abraham? The time that God promised him, and the time he had a son. It was not one day. It was not 2 years. But he was patient. But the Bible said Abraham hoped against hope. When nobody believed, he still believed God. When things were rough, Abraham was saying that it is well, I will have a son. Why? Because God has sworn by himself. And he has promised me. Now you ask him, this is Abraham, this is not me. Let's move on. So for men, men really swore by somebody greater. That's what I was telling you. And an oath, when you make an oath, when you swore that I swear by this, or you make an oath, it confirms everything argument you have. So for someone to believe what you are saying, you swear and you make an oath. That's the same thing God did for Abraham to know that he meant what he was saying. Now look at how it reflects in our life. Verse 17. Wherein God, willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of the promise. Now who are the heirs of promise? Abraham is no more. Who are the heirs of the promise? It's like some people, you don't believe it, right? So God wanted to show to the heirs, me and you, the heirs of the promise, the immutability, that whatever he said has not changed. Of his counsel, he confirmed it with what? An oath. So after he had done to Abraham, God wanted us, the heirs of promise, to know that what he said to Abraham, he has not changed it. God once again made an oath. Not for Abraham this time, but for what? The heirs of the promise. So God, when he swore by himself, he did it for Abraham. And later he made an oath that the heirs of the promise will know that whatever he said has not changed. So God swore by himself because of me. He made an oath that, Paul, I will bless you. He made an oath and swore by himself that he would do what he has said he would do. Now continue, 18. And said, so by the two immutable things, that is the promise and the oath, his promise and the swore he made, the swearing, in which it was impossible for God to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled to take refuge of what God has placed ahead of us. So it means that God, I'm the head of the promise. I carry a promise. And for God's promise to come to pass, he made an oath. Now, you remember, what's the name of the Herod, King Herod? When the small girl danced, you remember that small girl, that dance? And what did Herod tell the girl? He said that if you, whatever you ask for me, I'll do it. And Bible said that he swore, he made an oath when he made that promise. So later when the girl danced, he asked the girl, what do you want? As a matter of fact, Herod was not expecting the girl to ask for the head of John the Baptist. Because what would a small girl use a head for? The head of somebody in prison. But he went to ask the mom, because John had rebuked the mother for what he was doing. The mother said, go and ask for the head of John the Baptist. When we read commentary, well, Herod was not happy with that thing. He was not expecting the small girl to ask for John's head. So he said, whatever you do, but because of the oath as a king that he had made, he had to follow it. So though it was not comfortable for him, but his oath, he had to do it. Every king honors his oath. Every king, unless he's a fake king. But every king, whatever he says, is an oath, and he has to do it. If you are a king and you don't honor your oath, you are no more a king. That's why he had to do it, even to the point of killing somebody because of an oath. Now, if an ordinary king can honor his promise and kill a human being, how much more the King of Kings? How much the King of Glory? He also made an oath that in blessing he will bless me. He made an oath. And once he swore by himself that he will bless me. So if King Herod, ordinary man, had to kill a human being just to fulfill his promise, oh boy, then God will go and do everything possible to make sure he honor his word concerning my life. That is why I say, it is well. Amen. Because I carry a promise, and behind the promise there's an oath. He did not swear by his foot, he swore by himself. That Paul, in blessing, I'll bless you. I told you all the stories. Those days when I was in the forest, going through those difficult times, I just remembered this scripture. I said, God, how can you swear by yourself and I'll be sleeping in the forest? Sometimes the things that happen might not make sense to you. But I told you, when it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to God. What does not make sense to you, it makes sense to God. And God will turn it for your good. Because He has promised you. He has promised He will never. Remember that song? I will adore you. I will adore you. He has promised He will never fail. His faithfulness is forevermore. His faithfulness. He's always faithful. So whatsoever God has said, He will honor His word. That is why it is well. It is well because I carry a promise. And it's well, that promise is not a promise given to me by my teacher. You see, you remember this great man, Einstein. You know Einstein? Einstein was told that he will not amount to anything. He was told that he was not good, he cannot even speak well. But this same man came out to do something great. Now, you have to understand that the promise you carry was not given by any human being. That's sometimes human beings will despise you. They will look down upon you because they did not give any promise. But He that gave the promise and made an oath will make sure that that promise will come to pass. Because His name is at stake. God will never pollute His name. He committed His name unto you. When it is well with you, God's name is glorified. When you are put in the shame, it affects God. So God always wants to prove Himself that He's God. So that people will know that indeed He's real. So it is well with me because I carry a promise. Now finally, let me show you something because we have a communion service. Isaiah 49. It is well because Isaiah 49:14. It is well because God has engraved me in His palm. Hey. Isaiah 14, okay, let's start from. But Zion said, the Lord has forsaken me, and my Lord has forgotten me. Sometimes we say this, oh, God doesn't love me again. I remember there was a sister when we were going through those difficult times. I felt trouble left and right. She looked at me and said, God, that's wicked. I said, hey, you have crossed the borderline. God is wicked. But he didn't know. Everything was just going wayward. I look at her and said, for this thing that you have said, God will prove you wrong. Because He's not a wicked God. Sometimes we go through issues that we don't expect. And He said that Zion also said, the Lord has forsaken me, and my Lord has forgotten me. If God will do, why has He not done all this while? If God can help you, why hasn't He helped me all this while? Sometimes we complain and we murmur. Said God has forgotten. Verse 15. And God said to Zion, like God is saying to you, can a woman forget her child, and she should not have compassion on the son of the womb? Yes, they may forget, yet I will not forget you. A woman might say, can a woman who is breastfeeding her son forget that he has a son? Then that woman has a problem. You have a son that you are breastfeeding, and you forget that you have a son that you are breastfeeding. And then where did you get the son from? Can a woman? That's what God was telling Zion. Sometimes when we complain, when you are going through difficult time, God is asking you, if you think a woman can forget, yes, He's a woman being, He can forget. But I will not forget you. And what did God do? Look at verse 16. Oh, I love God. Say, behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. No, you know tattoo. When St. Paul says He has graven you, means it's not the one you can erase. He has marked you like you do tattoo on the skin. I'm not asking to go do tattoo. I'll just show you. He has marked you in His palm. Said, I have engraved thee upon my palm. Thy words are always before me. So it means anytime God reaches out, He sees you. He said, I've marked you. Your name is in my palm. Now, you've heard that Bible said that the hand of God came upon this man and he did that, right? So it means that anytime the hand of God is moving, he sees me. Because he has engraved me in his palm. Now, if God has tattooed me in his palm, then it is well. Even that he said, your words will always be before me. So God is always seeing my name. I love this song. He knows my name. He sees the tears that fall. And he hears me when. See, he knows your name. He sees the tears that sometimes fall. He sees the things that you struggle with. He knows it. And he said that, I will never forget you. I've written you. It's not even written. Written is not, it's an understatement. I'm engraving you in my palm. And normally when you read the Bible, it's always the hand of God that is at work. I think some of us, if you get the leg of God, it's even good for us. But always it's the hand of God. And I've engaged with me that anytime he raises his hand, he will remember me. And if God will always remember me, then it is well with me. I don't know what you are going through, but today I came with the word that it is well with you. Amen. If I say this way, it's because you carry a promise, and God has sworn that he will do it. If I say this way, it's because he is faithful, too faithful to disappoint. If I say this way, it is because he has engraved you in his palm. And every time he remembers you. So don't say, Zion, that God has forsaken me. It is well. Whatever I go through, I know it is well. Whatever comes my way, I know it is well. It might not look good. It might not look Priyatina. People might laugh at me. But those who know their God, those who believe in the God that they serve. See, I'm ending here. Job's wife, when the things were getting rough, he said, hey, guy, curse God and die. Job said, you are a foolish woman. If you have received good things from God, what shouldn't we endure? But see, sometimes people who know their God, they have a way they speak. Job said that, I know that my Redeemer liveth. I know I am going through a horrible time, but I know that my Redeemer liveth. Do you know that your Redeemer liveth? Yes. And if he's living, it means he can take off everything that concerns you. Yes. Paul also said that. Say, I know whom I believe. See, those who know God, they have the way they speak. Amen. They speak a different language. They don't speak, hey, today I'm dead, though. Who told you? Even dead can come alive. Even if you are dead, God can still turn it out for good. So whatever you go through, stop speaking negative words and speak the will of God concerning your life. Hebrews said, hold on to your confession all the days of your life. Keep confessing. Keep speaking it. Keep speaking it. As you speak it, the Spirit of God picks the word of God and then it makes it manifest. Keep speaking it. Things might go wrong, but keep speaking it. When Jesus saw the fig tree, he cast the fig tree that morning. And I said the disciples heard, but the fig tree did not die. I said the following day, when they got there, the fig tree was gone. And Peter asked Jesus, see, the fig tree that you cast is dried up. And Jesus said, whatsoever you shall say, that you have. Whatsoever you shall speak, that you have. Whatsoever you shall declare, that is what you have. But when Jesus spoke it at that moment, the thing was still standing. But the word has gone forth. You might say that, I don't want to see. You might say that, it is well, but the headache is there. You might say that, it is well with my family, but issues start coming up. Don't let the issues that comes up fear you, put fear in you. But keep your confession. Whatever comes my, it is well. Yes. You hear another story, it is well. No, some people that it is well that become good morning. They don't mean it. Everything is well, it is well. But I want to understand what we mean by saying it is well. When you say it is well, it means you are reminding God of his faithfulness. When you say it is well, you say, God, you have written me in your palm. You can't forget me. When you say it is well, you say that God, you made an oath, you swore by yourself that you bless me. So anytime that you invoke the faithfulness of God into action, when you say it is well. And so whatever comes your way, you know the story of that Titanic guy, right? You have all read that story. When he lost his children, that's when he wrote that song. It is well. Now imagine you lost your children, everything, your business, in the shipwreck. Some people will say, God, it is finished. But this guy went upon all the things, losing your children and all the things you went through. He said, It is well with my soul.
Yeah.
Hey, you lose 2 children. Somebody is looking for one, you have not gotten it. Say, it is well with my soul. Your business, your children, they tell you they are going, we'll meet at the other side. You never heard of them again. Some people, they will go for 2 months of mourning. They will put sackcloth. And he said, whatsoever I go through, it is well with my soul.
Yeah.
See, something when we speak, it provokes God into action. When God sees all the things you are going through, but still speaking what He has said concerning you, hey, you move God to act on your behalf because His integrity is at stake. He will not defile His name. It is well with my soul. See, there was a man of God who was going to preach. His children were in another car in Ghana. And before he got there, he heard the news that the children had accident and they died. And he was supposed to preach. He said, I will still preach. Because God knows why it happened. And He can turn things around for me. Sometimes strange things happen. Wrong things happen to good people. But you have to understand that if it's happening to good people, people who are faithful to God, then God is able to turn it out for their good. I don't know what you are going through. I don't know what you will go through. But hear me well tonight, that it is well.
Amen.
It is well because God will make a way out of it.
Amen.
It is well because, see, sometimes we came, like some of you have come new. I came new innocently. I didn't know that I would end up in the forest. And I said, some of you will be laughing. But a forest experience is not good when people are in classroom. But God can still turn a forest into a church.
Amen.
That is God for you. Whatever you go through, it is well. Whatever you hear in your family, it is well.
Yes.
Speak the word of God concerning your life. Job said, I know my Redeemer liveth, and He will show up in my life. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Let's close our eyes. You have heard it. You can just sit down. Just sit down. Just think about what you have heard. I didn't finish, but whatever you heard, it is well. Whatever you are going through, it is well. If things don't go the way you expect, it is well. Because God is turning out things for your good. It is well because God has promised that He will do it. It is well because when you pass through the water, He will be with you. So when you are going through the difficult time, He's there with you. That is why it is well. In the midst of all the challenges, God is still with you. And when He's with you, He will make a way of escape. I just want to pray one prayer that God, whatsoever I am going through or I will go through, I declare this thing that it is well. Because you always prove yourself faithful. It is well in my schoolwork. I just want to make that declaration. Just declare, it is well in my job. If you are looking for something, it is well. When I say it is well, you put God into action. It is well in my exams this week. It is well in my family. It is well in my job. It is well in my business. It is well in my relationship. It is well in, just speak it. Whatever you want to see, God say, it is well. It is well in my family. Maybe you have come new, you are coming to do 6 years or 4 years. When we pray that God, it is well in my education in Russia. It is well in my medical degree in Russia. It is well in everything. And it is well. 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 When peace like a river, I